Hi, I'm Phil. I'm a teacher for the Greater Toronto Music School, and this is a three-part lesson series on pentatonic scales. This week's lesson, we're going to just be covering the absolute basics of the pentatonic scales, the major, the minor, how they're built, and how to practice them. If you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and if you like what you see, give us a like and a comment, and tune in every Wednesday for a new lesson. Hey, so in this first lesson, we're going to be talking about major and minor pentatonics and how they're constructed and their applications. So we're just going to jump right into it. The pentatonic scale is a 5-note scale. The major pentatonic is derived from the major scale. Minor pentatonic is derived from the minor scale. So just a little breakdown. We got our major scale, which we have, we're going to do it in C in 5th position. We're going to go C. So now if we omit 2 of those notes, we get our pentatonic scale. So the breakdown of the pentatonic scale is going to be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. And I'll play it in 2 octaves for you. So. Cool, so that's a major pentatonic. Just an example of a song that might use the major pentatonic would be My Girl. So you've all heard this riff before. Okay, so that's our major pentatonic. Now, if you know music theory, which I'm sure not everybody will, you can use what's called relative minor to figure out another pentatonic scale, the relative minor of that major scale, which would be A minor, and that's going to share all the same notes as that scale we just played. So if we just take that same thing and we start it down a minor third, we start from the note a minor third down on the A. We're gonna use all the same notes, but we're just starting and ending on a different note. That gives us our A minor pentatonic, and it's gonna be like this. So in 2 octaves. And back. So the minor pentatonic and the major pentatonic are both used extensively all over pop and rock music. All the people from Jimi Hendrix was use this stuff all the time. Anytime you're hearing him do a great example would be the song Lil Wing. He's doing all these these kind of licks, and it's all pentatonic. Okay, so a few little ways we can practice the pentatonic would be in patterns. So what I like to do is I like to do groupings of 4 notes and groupings of 3 notes. We'll start with 4. I don't know, it fits better with 16th notes and 8th notes. So the way we'll start at descending, because I feel like it's a more useful tool to use descending. But it's going to be like this. We're going to start on the highest note, and we're going to consider this. We can think of this as either major or minor pentatonic. It's either C major or A minor. We're going to go down 4 notes, and then we're going to go to the second note of the scale, go down 4 notes, and then we're going to go to the third note of the scale, down 4 notes, then. So we can continue that all the way down, but here's another example of it. This is how it sounds a little bit quicker. And we'll continue that all the way down the neck. But so that's your groupings of 4 pentatonic, or 4 notes for the pentatonic scale. We have groupings of 3 notes now. We can go, we start on the top note, then go down 3 notes, and then we go to the second note, go down 3, yeah. So that's groupings of 3. Now we can do this all descending or ascending as well. So if we're going to go back to the 4 for a second, we're going to go. So these things can be used in solos all the time, and they're a very useful tool just in terms of connecting ideas and connecting licks. So if I can give you any advice right now with the pentatonics, it's just learn them backwards and forwards, like you can play them in your sleep. So that means just running the scale over and over again in different positions. So that's just one position of the pentatonic scale, but or one fingering. There's other ways to play it, but we're going to stick with this for now. So these are all useful things. Another way we can practice it is skipping notes, you know. And so on and so forth. It's just really getting these patterns under your hands and under your fingers, because it's literally used in every style of music. So a little rundown of what we just talked about. Major scales, if you omit 2 of the notes, we're omitting the 4th and the 7th. So that gives us the major pentatonic 1, 2, 3, 4. Or sorry, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Minor pentatonic 1, flat 3, 4, 5, 7. So those are immensely important tools in any guitar player's arsenal of licks and tricks. So we're going to explore more of this in lesson 2, and we're going to get more into the blues scale. We're going to learn some classic riffs that use these scales, and from there we'll just we'll keep building. And in lesson 3 we'll be touching on some more advanced topics like minor 6 pentatonic and applying other scales to your pentatonic scales. Okay, so just one last thing about practice. It's really important that you practice all of this stuff with a metronome. Okay, put it on really slow. Get really comfortable playing all this stuff at a slow speed before you start increasing the tempo. Start off with your quarter notes and subdivide to eighths and triplets, 16th notes. The groupings of 4 is going to lend itself much better to 16th notes and 8th notes than it would triplets. Whereas a grouping of 3 is going to lend itself better to triplets because it's groupings of 3, and you'd be subdividing each beat into 3. So that means the beginning of each group is on the beat. Make best friends with your metronome on this, and really you want to be able to do this without even thinking about it. You need to really internalize it. So happy practicing. Thank you for tuning in to part 1 of my lesson series on pentatonics. Make sure to tune in next week for part 2. And if you enjoyed it, make sure you go hit like and leave us a comment and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next week.